Morning guys, broker or brokers from my power table here in Canary Wharf. And today what I'm going to discuss with you is the Renters' Right Act that's gone through the government now and what it means for landlords like myself. I think ultimately there have been a lot of changes that have taken place over the years in relation to the wealth scenario. And people have understood that it's very lucrative to own properties, rent them out. And with that, there's been a sort of a major change in the landscape of thinking and strategies and collecting taxes and the way that this is being done. So, in the big picture sense, you could say that there may be an agenda going on to stop people from building portfolios, unless, of course, they tend to be institutional or semi-institutional, build to rent. These are able to withhold, take the strain of all the new laws and taxations and regulations that come in that make it very difficult for a small investor or even a medium-sized investor to survive in a market where the Section 21s have been obliterated and will, from, let's say, probably 6 months from December, come out of play. So you'll have a different set of rules, a different set of criteria, a little bit like the Formula One 2026, new changes, new rules, new engines, new everything. And the landscape of property can be viewed in two areas. You could look at it very negatively and say, well, that's the end of that. Only the big institutions built to rent will be left in the landscape. Small mediums will be wiped out. Or you could say, well, where there's difficult circumstances, there's also opportunity as well. Maybe rents will go up. They're talking about capping rents, and maybe that might be a council by council scenario. So we've got to take all of these things into consideration. And as we look at it today, we don't have all the facts at our fingertips in terms of implementation. We need to see how this plays out. But my thoughts are that the broker of brokers could be instrumental in assisting companies, especially a couple that we have in mind that we're talking to at the moment, to develop departments to offset what's been put into place in a setup where people can continue to work in the past methods of collecting upfront monies, covering insurance elements, guarantors, all of these things that will start to be very important in the landscape of the business that we're in, the property business. And even if you're not in that business, I think you'd like to have aspirations to be in it, and those can't be wiped out. They need to be there because ultimately people need to live and they need to eat. And when you start to sort of attack those areas of entertainment, hospitality, domestic, property, you're going against people's liberties in a sense, or chances of making big money. And as the internet has been predominant in our lives since it's come in, everyone is aware of everyone else. And rather than having jealousy, we should have aspirations to be like them, to learn, to be smart, to be clever, to live the biggest lives. And that's what we believe. Bye for now.